Here's something that's going to completely change how you see every difficult person in your life. People aren't actually pushing your buttons, they're showing you what your buttons are. And once you understand this, every challenging interaction becomes a gift for your growth and healing. When someone cuts you off in traffic and you explode with rage, they didn't create that anger, they revealed it. When someone takes advantage of your kindness and you feel furious, they didn't make you angry. They showed you where you have unhealed wounds around being valued and respected. Here's the deeper truth that most people miss. Beneath every button that gets pushed, beneath every trigger, beneath every emotional reaction, there's vulnerability. There's a tender place inside you that feels unsafe, unworthy, or unloved. And that person who just pushed your button is actually pointing you directly toward what needs healing. Think about road rage for a moment. When someone cuts you off, why do you get so angry? It's not really about the driving, it's about feeling disrespected, unseen, or powerless. Maybe you feel like people walk all over you in life, and that driver just became the symbol of everyone who's ever dismissed you. The anger is protecting a vulnerable part of you that feels small and unimportant. Carl Jung said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." That person who triggered you is your teacher. They're showing you exactly where your inner work needs to happen. Let's say someone takes advantage of your generosity. You lend money and they don't pay it back. You help them move and they never offer to help you. You're there for them in crisis, but they disappear when you need support. The anger you feel isn't really about them, it's about the vulnerable part of you that doesn't feel worthy of receiving the same care you give. Beneath that anger is usually a belief like, "I'm only valuable when I'm useful to others," or "I have to earn love by giving more than I receive." That person who took advantage, they're showing you where you're abandoning yourself, where you're not honouring your own worth. Here's where this gets powerful. Instead of staying angry at the person, you can thank them for showing you what needs healing. They've given you a roadmap to your freedom. They've illuminated exactly where you need to do inner work. Eckhart Tolle teaches that every emotional reaction is showing you where you're not free. Where you react, you're still bound. Where you're triggered, there's still healing to be done. But once you heal that place, once you own that vulnerability and give it the love it needs, that button disappears. People can do the same things, but they no longer affect you. Let's talk about the vulnerability piece because this is crucial. When someone doesn't return your calls and you get upset, the vulnerability underneath might be, "I'm not important enough," or "I'm always forgotten." When someone criticizes you and you get defensive, the vulnerability might be, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't handle being wrong." The healing happens when you acknowledge that vulnerable part with compassion instead of covering it with anger. You say to yourself, "Of course I feel hurt when someone doesn't call back. The little kid in me wants to feel important." You give that vulnerable part love instead of judgment. Marianne Williamson says, "Our wounds are often the openings into the best and most beautiful part of us." Every time someone triggers you, they're showing you where love needs to flow. They're revealing where you need to parent yourself, where you need to become your own advocate, where you need to honour your worth. Here's a different example. Someone constantly interrupts you when you're speaking. You get irritated every time. But what if that person is showing you that you need to value your own voice more? What if they're revealing that you need to practice speaking with more authority, setting clearer boundaries, or believing that what you have to say matters? The person who gossips about you behind your back might be showing you that you care too much about other people's opinions. The person who's always late might be showing you where you don't value your own time. The person who's unreliable might be showing you where you need to stop depending on others for your happiness. Don Miguel Ruiz in The Four Agreements teaches that nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. But here's what I want to add. Your reaction to what they do is always about you. It's showing you where you still have work to do. This is incredibly empowering because it means you're not a victim of other people's behavior. You're not powerless. Every challenging person is actually helping you become more free, more whole, more authentic. They're showing you exactly where to focus your healing so you can create the life you want. When you heal these vulnerable places, when you give yourself the love and validation you are seeking from others, magic happens. You stop attracting the same types of difficult people. You stop being triggered by behaviors that used to send you into a rage. You become emotionally free. The person who used to make you furious now just seems sad or confused, and you can respond with compassion instead of anger. The situation that used to devastate you now rolls off your back because you've healed the wound it was touching. Here's your new practice. The next time someone triggers you, instead of making them wrong, get curious. Ask yourself, what is this person showing me about myself? What vulnerable part of me is feeling threatened? What do I need to give myself that I was hoping to get from them? Then thank them. Seriously. Bless the people who push your buttons because they're your greatest teachers. They're showing you exactly where your freedom lies. They're pointing you toward the parts of yourself that are ready to be healed and integrated. Every difficult person is actually a gift in disguise. They're showing you the path to your own wholeness. They're revealing where love needs to flow so you can become unshakable, authentic, and free. So bless them, learn from them, and use every trigger as a stepping stone to creating the most magnificent version of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonates, drop us a heart to show you have made it till the end. These videos are made as a guide to help you reconnect with knowledge kept within you. Take what resonates within you and release the rest. Follow the page for more content, or buy my 100 messages from the Universe book for daily guidance. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep shining your light.